Fear God and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come. Revelation 14:7. Another angel followed, saying, Babylon is fallen, is fallen. Revelation 14:8. The third angel warns, if anyone worships the beast, or his image, or takes his mark in his forehead, or in his hand, he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone. See Revelation 14:9 and 10. The three angels have warned. 1. God's judgment hour has begun. 2. Babylon is fallen. 3. Do not take the 666 mark of the beast. In case someone missed it, these important warnings are repeated in Revelation 18. Fornicating, Babylon the Great is fallen, is fallen. Come out of her, my people. Revelation 18, 2-4. Her sins have reached unto heaven. Reward her even as she rewarded you. Revelation 18, 5 and 6. Babylon's judgment hour is over. It is time for God to punish Babylon. By thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Revelation 18:23. Babylon's final deception is the 666 mark of the beast. The churches have become as described in the 18th chapter of Revelation. Why are the messages of Revelation 14 given? Because the principles of the churches have become corrupted. Revelation 14:6-10 quoted. Apparently the whole world is guilty of receiving the mark of the beast, but the prophet sees a company who are not worshiping the beast and who have not received his mark in their foreheads or in their hands. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. Revelation 14:12. Welcome to the 666 Mark of the Beast Tell-All Show. I'm Henry. I'll be your host today. A little bit about myself. I am a Bible student. A Bible student is one who studies and learns and grows. Bible study takes a lot of time and a lot of prayer. Now, one thing I've got to tell you up front. I am not infallible. God is infallible. God doesn't make mistakes. And the Pope, he might even claim to be infallible, but I'm not infallible. But I learn and I grow. If I make a mistake, I go back and study and find out where I made the mistake, and the Spirit of the Lord leads me, and I learn from my mistake. That's something that everyone needs to do. Here's an example where I learned from my mistakes. In Daniel chapter 7, I understood that President Ronald Reagan, George Bush I, President Clinton, and George Bush II were identified in Bible prophecy. Then all of a sudden, President Obama comes along. Where'd he come from? Had to go back to the prophecy and study. And I studied Revelation 13, which showed us that there were 7 popes from 1929 to 2013. Then the next beast had 2 lamb-like horns. A horn depicts a king. Thus I continued to study Bible prophecy, and I found out that a king is a ruler, and a ruler in the end time could even be a president. As I continued to study Revelation 2013, I saw that the second beast was identified by the fact that it called fire down from heaven. America did that during World War II. It was identified by Harry Truman calling fire down on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan. While studying Revelation 17, I had learned that Pope Benedict XVI would not be Pope in 2013. That's right. In 2011, I began to tweet, Pope Benedict is a short-timer. He will not be Pope in 2013. Pope Benedict might last till the spring of 2013. I posted that tweet in September of 2012. Guess what? Oh, you don't have to guess. You already know it. Pope Benedict XVI resigned effective February 28, 2013. Now you know a little bit about me. I studied Bible prophecy, Daniel 7, to identify Presidents Reagan, Bush 1, Clinton, and Bush 2. I studied Revelation 13 to identify the 7 popes from 1929 to 2013. Pius 11, Pius 12, John 23, Paul 6, John Paul 1, John Paul 2, and Benedict. I studied Revelation 17 to understand before it happened that Pope Benedict would not be Pope in 2013. He might last until the spring, but he didn't. He resigned in February. Then I understood that the earth beast that followed the papal beast had 2 lamb-like horns. They were President Bush 2 and Obama. Then all of a sudden, President Trump comes along, and I wondered, how could I make that mistake? I mean, I followed everything right down to the resignation of Pope Benedict. Now, how could I miss President Trump? Went back to the prophecy and found out that Revelation 13 says that the beast with the lamb-like horn has 2 lamb-like horns. The word 2 is duo. But there's 3 lamb-like horns now with President Trump. Went back to the prophecy, studied the original language. The word duo, that's translated as 2, is translated as 2 and 2 in Luke 10, verse 1. 2 and 2 is 4, the last American president. He will bring in the 666 mark of the beast. These are exciting times that we live in. It's time to get serious about Bible prophecy. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do, because if you don't, you're going to miss some of these updates as they come along.
In a historic move, Pope Francis is supporting civil unions for same-sex couples.
First, beyond our borders tonight, Pope Francis endorses same-sex civil unions for the first time as the head of the Roman Catholic Church. This came during an interview for a documentary which premiered today at the Rome Film Festival. The Pope says, quote, homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God.
Fornicating, Babylon the Great is fallen. Come out of her, my people.